Thomas Jefferson and James Madison first formalized the principles of nullification in the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions of 1798. In response to the hated Alien and Sedition Acts, which were put into law by the John Adams administration, Thomas Jefferson and James Madison secretly authored resolutions for Kentucky and Virginia, declaring the federal acts to be a usurpation of powers never delegated to the federal government in the Constitution. While non-binding, they put in writing the foundational principles of nullification. That is, if the federal government has the exclusive right to judge the extent of its own powers, those powers will always grow, regardless of elections, lawsuits, protests, or other so-called checks and balances. In short, both Jefferson and Madison expected the states to take steps to bring down such federal acts without waiting for the federal courts to refer to them as unconstitutional. Jefferson began the Kentucky resolutions with a powerful statement about the role of the states. The several states composing the United States of America are not united on the principle of unlimited submission to their general government. Here, Jefferson was telling us that when the federal government violates our rights, we're not just supposed to sit idly by and wait for the federal government to stop itself. He continued, noting that whensoever the general government assumes undelegated powers, its acts are unauthoritative, void, and of no force. In his original draft, Jefferson said that in response to such federal acts, a nullification of the act is the rightful remedy. This language was included in follow-up resolutions passed by Kentucky in 1799. Resolutions passed by Virginia just before Christmas in 1798 used very similar language. Authored by James Madison, they note that in response to federal acts outside the Constitution, the states are duty-bound to interpose in order to maintain within their respective limits the authorities, rights, and liberties appertaining to them. The Kentucky and Virginia resolutions, which came to be known as the Principles of '98, didn't explain how to actually carry out nullification, and they didn't invent the idea either. But the principles they espoused are timeless. Going to the federal government to fix problems created by the federal government doesn't work.